Good morning, America. Major weather threat. Tropical storm Melissa rapidly intensifying in the Caribbean, on track to become a massive hurricane and linger over Jamaica for days, with potentially life-threatening and catastrophic flooding. Our GMA team on the ground as the island nation prepares for the worst.
Escalating drug war. The Pentagon deploys an aircraft carrier strike group to the Caribbean following a new U.S. boat strike on alleged drug smugglers, adding new firepower to the region.
Day 25 in the government shutdown, more than 500,000 federal workers missing their first full paycheck as an anonymous donor steps in to help pay members of the military.
Inflation report. The jump in prices affecting your grocery bills, especially at breakfast and dinner. What sent Wall Street surging to a new record as the Fed is set to make another big decision on interest rates.
Gambling scandal. The new fallout in the NBA. Commissioner Adam Silver speaking out for the first time.
There's nothing more important to the league and its fans than the integrity of the competition.
Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Portland head coach Chauncey Billups placed on indefinite leave. Plus, the new details in the alleged high-tech scheme to rip off high rollers.
Travel troubles, what to know about any delays at the airports during the government shutdown, plus Thanksgiving getaways. A travel expert joins us with the deals to jump on.
And baseball blowout. The Blue Jays soar in Game 1 of the World Series. How they made history.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
We made it to the weekend. Good morning, America. Just in time. All the Game 1 highlights ahead. Plus, we are live in Nashville for college football game day as Vanderbilt takes center stage, we should mention, against the one and only Missouri Tigers.
They're not favored, though.
You know what?
We're
gonna stay on a positive note. ESPN's Desmond Howard joins us live.
We can't wait for that. Also ahead here, President Trump on his way to Malaysia overnight for a summit with Southeast Asian nations and a face-to-face meeting with China's president to try to de-escalate a trade war.
But we do begin here with Tropical Storm Melissa gaining strength in the Caribbean now, expected to grow into a major hurricane this weekend. We have team coverage this morning. Let's get the latest on Melissa's track and the timing from Brittany Bell of our New York station WABC. Brittany, good morning.
And good morning to you, too. This is a dangerous situation. Melissa this morning is a tropical storm, but it's already very close to hurricane strength with max sustained winds near 70 miles per hour. By this time tomorrow, we could be talking about a major hurricane. The latest track has it slowly moving off to the west, turning north tomorrow, eventually crossing over Jamaica Monday into Tuesday and hitting eastern Cuba as a Category 3 Wednesday morning, tracking across the Bahamas on Thursday. I want to show you the reason why we're expecting that rapid intensification. It's been dealing with wind shear, but wind shear will start to relax over the next few days, and it's going to tap into above normal sea surface temperatures. Janae?
All right, Brittany, thank you so much. And now let's get the latest from the ground. ABC's Ike Ajachi is in Jamaica, which could face immense damage from this storm. Ike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Janae. Yeah, that's right. Here in Jamaica and across the Caribbean, communities are bracing for what could become catastrophic, days-long conditions of extreme rainfall and damaging winds. Now, so far, 3 people have died in Haiti and 1 in the Dominican Republic after days of intense rain triggered deadly landslides and flash floods. Emergency services there are stretched thin with mass evacuations underway and more rainfall expected through the weekend. Now, with Tropical Storm Melissa barreling closer, preparations are underway island-wide. Supermarkets are restocking essential supplies, fuel depots and utilities have activated emergency plans, and hundreds, yes, hundreds of emergency shelters are on standby for those in vulnerable areas. Now, Melissa is gaining strength in the Atlantic right now, and it's expected to become a major hurricane this weekend. The storm will likely make landfall near Kingston late Monday night, but its impact could begin as soon as tomorrow morning. Now, Jamaican officials say everyone should complete their preparations tonight because disaster teams have been mobilized and authorities are urging residents in flood-prone and coastal zones to relocate to safer ground immediately. Gio?
Okay, Ike, please stay safe along with everyone there in Jamaica. We appreciate your reporting. Now we turn to the latest in the U.S. military moves in the drug war. The Trump administration dispatching an aircraft carrier to the waters off South America and staging another attack on an alleged drug boat. And ABC's Christian Cordero is in Washington with more on this. Christian, good morning.
Gio, good morning. The administration vows the boat strikes will continue and is now threatening to strike on land as troops arrive to the region by the thousands.
This morning, thousands of U.S. troops are bound for the Caribbean, the latest escalation in President Trump's vow to combat drug smuggling. Pentagon officials say the now deployed Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group is expected to add some 5,000 Navy troops and their firepower to the region. And overnight, the president telling reporters on Air Force One that land attacks may be coming sooner than later.
And we'll stop all drugs from coming in by land very shortly. You'll see that starting. You're going to see drugs stopping coming into our country.
The troop action follows 10 boat strikes that have so far killed 43 people in the waters off of Central America, according to the administration. Trump officials insist, without providing evidence, each of the boats destroyed since early September were carrying drugs headed towards the U.S., a claim the president also uses as a legal rationale.
We have legal authority, right? We're allowed to do that. And if we do by land, we may go back to Congress. But this is a national security problem.
It's adding tension between Trump and at least 2 Latin American leaders. On Friday, the U.S. Treasury Department sanctioned Colombian President Gustavo Petro and his family, saying Colombia is, quote, failing demonstrably to uphold its drug control responsibilities. Petro firing back, calling the move a paradox after how Colombia has helped the U.S. combat drug smuggling for decades. And Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro has deployed civilian militia members in response to the buildup of U.S. military in the region. Last week, the U.S. flew B-52 bombers off the coast of Venezuela as a show of force.
Now, according to UN data, most of the drugs trafficked through the Caribbean are actually headed for Europe, whereas most of the drugs smuggled into the U.S. by sea tend to come in through the Pacific. The administration has so far carried out 8 boat strikes in the Caribbean, 2 in the Pacific.
All right, Christian, for us, we appreciate it. Now to President Trump's high-stakes trip to Asia as trade tensions loom. The president's first stop is Malaysia. ABC senior White House correspondent Selena Wang joins us now from Kuala Lumpur. Selena, good morning.
Hey, Whit, good morning to you. And President Trump is currently on his way here to Malaysia, kicking off his first trip to Asia in his second term. He'll be meeting with Malaysia's prime minister tomorrow. Then he stops in Japan and South Korea, where trade will be front and center, with all of these countries grappling with Trump's tariffs. But the main event is expected to be on Thursday. That's when President Trump is set to meet with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. And there is a lot on the line here, guys. Trump is hoping to hash out a trade deal, but tensions are running high. Right now, Trump is threatening an additional 100% tariffs on all Chinese products if China does not roll back its new export controls. Just weeks ago, Beijing announced it's dramatically expanding its restrictions on rare earth minerals. These are absolutely critical for making everything from iPhones to cars. Trump officials are calling this extortion, Whit.
And Selena, what's the latest between a possible meeting on Trump and Canada's prime minister amid the growing trade tensions there between the two countries?
Yeah, Whit, so the White House is saying that President Trump will meet with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney here in Asia this week. But President Trump is saying that for now, that's not happening. This comes after Trump declared he's ending all trade talks with Canada, furious over an ad from Ontario province that uses audio from former President Ronald Reagan, where he criticizes tariffs for driving up prices and job losses. President Trump is also claiming that Canada is trying to influence the Supreme Court, which is set to soon hear arguments over whether President Trump's sweeping tariffs are constitutional. Now, Canada is our second biggest trading partner, so with how all of this shakes out, it's going to have a big impact on American businesses and consumers.
Yeah, all eyes on this trip, too. Selena, thank you. Janae?
All right, we're back here at home now. New York State Attorney General Letitia James, who successfully prosecuted President Trump and the Trump Organization for fraud, pleading not guilty to charges of mortgage fraud. ABC's Olivia Rubin joined us with those details. Good morning, Olivia.
Janae, good morning. Attorney General Letitia James is just one of several political foes of the president who are now facing criminal indictments. Now, after her very first court appearance, James says she will fight these charges against her as the case now barrels towards trial.
This morning, the criminal case against Attorney General Letitia James moving forward after she made her first court appearance, pleading not guilty to allegations of mortgage fraud.
No fear. No fear.
Outside of court, James defiant, vowing to fight the charges she says are political.
This is about all of us and about a justice system which has been weaponized.
James, a political foe of the president, charged with 1 count of bank fraud and 1 count of making false statements, all related to a Virginia property she purchased in 2020. Prosecutors claim she bought it as a secondary residence, but then rented it out, using it instead as an investment property. Altogether, prosecutors say that would have saved her about $19,000 over the life of the loan. The case now set for trial on January 26th, expected to last about 5 days. But James now mounting her defense too, expected to challenge the appointment of the hand-picked prosecutor who indicted her, Linsey Halligan. Halligan was once Trump's personal attorney, but he tapped her to take over the investigation after he fired the previous U.S. attorney, Eric Siebert, sources say, after Siebert concluded the evidence was lacking and James shouldn't be charged.
It looks to me like she's very guilty of something, but I really don't know.
Now, sources tell ABC News the prosecutors who first investigated this case found evidence that undercut the allegations, writing in a memo that it was James's great niece who lived in the house, but she told prosecutors she never paid rent and that James often sent her money to cover expenses.
But before this case even gets to trial, attorneys for James say they'll ask for the entire thing to be thrown out based on what's called vindictive prosecution, meaning someone was unfairly targeted as a form of retribution. But a reminder here, guys, the stakes are very high. Each of those 2 counts carrying a maximum of 30 years in prison.
Wow.
Gio.
All right. I know you'll be following this, Olivia. Thank you so much. And this morning, federal officials say that the FBI has taken the lead in the investigation into an incident outside a Coast Guard base in Alameda, California. Officials say that a driver in a rental truck tried to reverse into barricades outside the base. Guards opening fire. The driver was wounded and is now in custody. A bystander was struck by a bullet fragment. No Coast Guard personnel were hurt. Whit?
Gio, an investigation this morning into a massive crane collapse that killed 2 men in Massachusetts. That crane came crashing down yesterday at a marine terminal in Everett. That's just outside Boston. Aerial pictures show the red mangled metal there lying across the dock, partially leaning into the water. Authorities say the 2 victims were contractors working on a demolition project. No word yet on the cause of the collapse. Janae.
Well, now to the NBA gambling investigation, sending shockwaves through professional sports. This morning, we're learning about that alleged illegal poker operation that authorities say had ties to the mob. ABC's Morgan Norwood joins us now with the latest. Good morning, Morgan. So many people talking about this.
Yeah, Janae, this has really rocked the sports world. So we have a head coach and a current player now at the center of a federal case tying big-name basketball to underground gaming and organized crime. And it's casting a shadow over the season and for many fans, raising questions about the integrity inside the league. Overnight, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver speaking out for the first time about that bombshell gambling scandal that has rocked the NBA.
My initial reaction was I was deeply disturbed. There's nothing more important to the league and its fans than the integrity of the competition. And so I had a pit in my stomach. It was very upsetting.
Shockwaves rippling through the sports world Thursday after current Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat player Terry Rozier, along with 30 others, were indicted in what prosecutors call a mob-backed high-tech cheating and betting ring. Prosecutors say the ring didn't just host illegal games, they rigged them. Accusations of money laundering and wire fraud.
They say that high-profile individuals like Chauncey Billups attracted individuals to come and play at these tables, where a series of high-tech devices were used to manipulate the game at these tables.
The alleged cheating scheme reads like a heist script, a poker chip tray that reads all cards using hidden cameras, an X-ray table that could read cards when they were face down on the table, even special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards. And a separate indictment accuses Rozier and others of using injury intel to manipulate their own games. Rozier and Billups currently placed on leave, according to the NBA. They both deny the allegations, their lawyers vowing to fight in court.
Jaquez down the lane, gets it back, and puts it in.
Overnight, both their teams playing without them for the first time. Miami voicing their support for Rozier.
You support him through and through. That's our brother at the end of the day.
Terry is somebody who's very dear to all of us.
Beautiful bounce pass ahead to Denny, lays it up and in.
And former NBA champ Tiago Splitter taking over as interim head coach for Portland.
Tough moment, but got to do my job. We all had great experience with Chauncey. We are thinking of him and his family, but we got a job to do and move forward.
And still, both teams managed to win last night. But this morning, we know members of Congress are now demanding a briefing from the commissioner by Friday. And this signals, guys, that this could spill far beyond basketball.
Yeah, it absolutely could. All right, Morgan, thank you so much. The latest news on the economy now shows inflation creeping higher, with the bigger impact being felt at the grocery store and on some pantry staples. And ABC's Andrew Dimbert is here now to break it all down. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, mild is how many economists describe the new inflation numbers, because it's really a mixed bag. On the one hand, inflation came in cooler than expected at 3% in September. On the other, it climbed to the highest level since January. So what do these numbers mean for everyday Americans? Let's break down a few key grocery items. Coffee surged 19% over the past year. Beef prices jumped nearly 15% over the year. Bananas up close to 7%, and canned fruits and vegetables up 5%, while the stock market closed at record highs Friday, the Dow hitting 47,000 for the first time ever. Meanwhile, 2026 Social Security benefits will increase by 2.8%, but that's less than the inflation rate of 3%. So these sort of conflicting economic conditions have also put the Federal Reserve between a rock and a hard place. Experts say if the Fed were to raise interest rates to protect against inflation, it risks an economic downturn. But if the Fed lowers rates, which is what consumers have been clamoring for, it threatens to boost spending and worsen inflation as an unintended consequence. Last month, the Fed cut its benchmark interest rate 0.25%, the first interest rate cut this year. The Federal Reserve meets again next week, when it's expected to go ahead and cut rates.
Those price increases, like two of my favorite things there. It's like coffee and beef. Like,
what was that,
not
19%
those.
for coffee?
19%
for
coffee.
The stock market closed at a record high, but to the average American, what's that really mean when everything else is going on?
Sometimes a disconnect between Wall Street and Main Street.
Good point. Good point. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Baseball's Fall Classic getting underway north of the border. The Dodgers traveling to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. Tony Cabrera from our station KABC in Los Angeles joins us with the Game 1 highlights. Good morning, Tony. Hard to tell who you're rooting for.
Gee, I wonder.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm unbiased. I'm a journalist, you guys. Come on. Well, no, we are inside the Toronto Marriott City Center, and it is attached. This hotel is attached to the Rogers Center. It's incredible. There's even hotel rooms that have windows that look out onto the field. It's amazing, beautiful views. Now, for us Dodger fans, last night's game, it was heartbreaking. For some, they might call it embarrassing. For the Toronto Blue Jays, the fans, well, they might call it a dream. Overnight, a baseball blowout. The Toronto Blue Jays dominating Game 1 of the World Series, stunning defending champs, the Los Angeles Dodgers, 11-4.
Shoots one to left field, a base hit, and the first one of the game for the Dodgers.
The two teams battling it slowly at the beginning.
Varsho in the air to center field. Pages going back, turns, watches, and it's gone!
Coming out of the fourth with a 2-2 tie, but then everything changed in an out-of-this-world sixth inning.
Barger sends a towering drive, right center field, kiss it goodbye!
The Blue Jays' Addison Barger hitting the first pinch hit grand slam in World Series history. Toronto scoring 9 runs in the sixth alone, the highest scoring inning in the World Series in over 50 years.
I kind of just kept on going, but those were some pretty terrific at-bats. From everyone up and down the order,
The Blue Jays putting on a stellar offense and defense. Rookie Trey Savage with multiple strikeouts, including this one to open the game against Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani.
And there it is, to finish off Ohtani.
Ohtani later attempting to bring his team out of the rut in the 7th with this 2-run homer.
There, hit in the air to right field. Back it goes. It is gone.
His first career World Series home run. But it was too little too late. The Dodgers walking off with a crushing blow.
We can be better. We need to be better. We just got to continue to take good at-bats and play good baseball, then we'll be fine.
As Dave Roberts just said, the Dodgers looking to be better tonight. The Blue Jays hoping to win yet again here at home before going to L.A. to face the Dodgers for games 3, 4, and 5. And that's where we will be going as well. And we will be representing there. Plenty of Blue Jay fans here. But you guys, L.A., we represent.
That's right, you do represent. And I saw
Let's go Dodgers.
Hey, Tony, I saw that Circle 7 pin right there on your shirt there. It's endorsed by KABC.
That's right.
Thank you, Tony.
Right there.
Still
right
coming
there.
up here on GMA, a popular makeup remover recalled over contamination concerns. Could your go-to wipes be affected? What you need to know coming up.
Also here, a big energy in Baton Rouge this weekend. 2 powerhouse schools face off in a game that could shake up the rankings. ESPN's Desmond Howard joins us to break it all down.
And in our next hour, actor Hunter Doohan right here. We're talking Wednesday and the wilderness.
Janae in the Army. That was good stuff. I love it. Welcome back to GMA. Soul, R&B, and sultry sounds all on one stage when 3 legendary acts team up and hit the tour circuit. New Edition, Boyz II Men, and Toni Braxton. Woo! All joining forces for the New Edition Way Tour. The immersive concert experience is making 30 stops across the U.S. The tour kicks off late January in Oakland, California, Oaktown, the Bay Area. Tickets go on sale next week. That's going to be
very
great.
exciting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. All right, here's a look at some of the other big stories that we're following this Saturday morning. The government shutdown now in its 25th day as Republican and Democratic lawmakers remain locked in a stalemate over a funding bill. This week, more than 500,000 federal workers missed their first full paycheck. Meanwhile, the Pentagon confirmed that a private donor has given $130 million to help pay troops amid the shutdown.
And pay attention to this one. Neutrogena issuing a recall over its makeup remover wipes due to an infection risk. The company recalling its ultra-soft cleansing towelettes in packs of 25 and 50. And the FDA saying that the wipes may be contaminated with a bacteria that could cause serious infections, including sepsis. The recall affects 1,300 cases of wipes that were shipped to Texas, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
At the state capitol in Montgomery, Alabama, 2 statues unveiled honoring women who fought for change. One in memory of civil rights icon Rosa Parks, the other of Helen Keller, the blind and deaf activist who championed the rights of people with disabilities. Both were Alabama natives.
All right, and we are going to start this half hour here with the exciting day ahead in college football. Game day, bringing the big show to Music City, Nashville, for the SEC battle between Janae's Missouri and Vanderbilt. And joining us now from there is ESPN football analyst Desmond Howard. Des, oh, it is good to see you, my friend. See you smiling here. So we're going to get to that huge game in Nashville in just a moment here. But first, number 13 Oklahoma heads to Oxford to face number 8 Ole Miss. What's at stake in this SEC showdown here?
I tell you what, guys, last week Ole Miss had a tough loss in between the hedges up in Athens against Georgia. They don't want to lose 2 in a row because you don't want to be down 2 coming to this conference race. This is the important time of the year. Late October going into November, you want to play your best football. And you're looking at Ole Miss with Trinidad Chambliss. They played well, but not good enough to win. Now, Oklahoma, they lost about a couple of weeks ago in the Red River rivalry to Texas. They don't want to lose another SEC game. So these 2 games, what's at stake are these 2 teams trying to fight for a position in the SEC championship game.
And now let's move on to Texas A&M facing a tough road test in Death Valley against LSU. What will be the key to securing the victory for them?
When you look at Texas A&M, they have a very explosive offense. They have a receiver named Mario Craver, another one named Concepcion, Casey Concepcion. These 2 guys are probably the best duo in all of college football when you talk about perimeter players. And Marcel Reed, the quarterback, dual threat quarterback. But listen, guys, going into Death Valley at nighttime is a very, very difficult place to play in college football. A lot of opponents, they do not escape with a victory. So it's going to be a tough task for the Aggies, but I think they just might be up to it because LSU's left tackle is out, and they're going to start a true freshman, and they've struggled on offense so far this season.
All right, Des, let's talk college game day. That crowd better be real nice. You guys are in Nashville for the first time in 17 years as number 15 Missouri. Are they going to keep cheering? Takes on number 10 Vanderbilt. What should we be watching in this matchup?
They're cheering.
Oh, my God. Well, first it starts with this crowd. Look at this amazing crowd we got here this morning. Are the Commodores in the building? Yeah, minus Lionel Richie. But anyway, check this out. They got this quarterback, Diego Pavia, who's just an outstanding player. Guys, he's a type of talent that you want to just build your team around. That's what Clark Lee has done offensively. They're one of the most efficient offenses in the country. They're number 3 running the ball in the conference. And then go up against this Tigers defense, guys. The Tigers defense is very physical. So the game within the game is going to be when Missouri is on defense, their front 6, because they run a 4-2 type of configuration against the offensive line of the Commodores. That's going to be the matchup to see. But Diego Pavia, so far, guys, he's been as advertised. And this offense is must-see TV. There's no doubt about it.
Must-see TV.
Janae, you going to tell those fans where you went to school?
Yeah, M-I-Z.
Oh.
They're all about to boo so hard. They are not interested. Okay, all right. Desmond, thank you so much. I am sorry. You can watch College Game Day live from Nashville starting at 9 Eastern on ESPN and catch a full slate of games right here on ABC beginning at noon Eastern.
I can hear the mail coming in right now. Ding, ding, ding.
And as the government shutdown heads into its 5th week, we've already seen some impacts on air travel, with delays at major airports being blamed on staffing shortages. So joining us is travel expert, one of our favorites, Katie Nastro, who's also ready to unpack some great travel deals for the holidays. Love having you here, Katie. So before we get to the deals, let's talk about the ongoing government shutdown and what travelers need to know about flying right now. You took a ton of flights in the last week and a half.
Ton of flights, and what travelers need to know right now, if this continues for longer, the higher the likelihood that we're going to experience the impacts from it, so more delays. But on average, while we have seen an increase in delays due to air traffic control staffing, on average, it's just been similar to what we see on any given day during, say, a winter storm, slightly above average. So I don't want people thinking that they're automatically going to encounter delays or disruptions of any kind, but some things you can keep in mind to protect yourself. Try to take those early morning flights. They have a 25 to 30 percentage point higher on-time arrival rates. So if you can target those, you're better off, as well as downloading your airline app, always remembering to check the National Airspace website that's under the FAA, gives you any air traffic control notices, as well as remembering you have the right to a rebooking or a refund if you experience any big major disruptions.
I dealt with a bunch of delays this week.
A bunch of delays.
It was those afternoon flights. They were killing me. It was like this ripple effect. So,
yep, 100%.
Good advice.
You got to wake up earlier with it.
Okay, let's talk about some of the fun stuff. Thanksgiving, just about a month away here. What are you seeing for Thanksgiving?
All right, right now we want people to remember a couple things. This is last minute travel planning that we're really getting into. You want to be flexible. Try to target that holiday because you can actually save upwards of 30% that way. And we're all busy. Maybe you didn't catch a going deal, but you want some tools to take advantage of to be able to make your searching a little bit more stress-free or stress-less. Take advantage of the AI tools on Google Flights, Kayak, on the OTAs. They definitely have them, but just make sure you're being super specific with your prompts. Just like if you were planning your Thanksgiving meal, you had somebody run out to the store and you call them, I really need the parsley, blah, blah, blah. You got to be super specific or else you're going to get cilantro back. So just remember that.
Got it. Important info. Okay, so if we're looking for deals right now, what have you found?
All right, so we do have domestic deals available for the Thanksgiving week, all round trip on full service carriers. You can go from Raleigh to Boston, Boston for only $155 round trip. That's roughly 40% off. That's really great. You can go from San Francisco out to Philly for $299 round trip. You can go from New York to Salt Lake for a nonstop $299, but for a one-stop, being a little bit flexible, $262 round trip, as well as you can go from Chicago to Seattle. Also, $197. That's spectacular.
Those are great deals.
That is so good.
So good. So we want you to take advantage of what you see now, set up those price alerts so you can set it and forget it.
Well, and we often talk here about setting those price alerts for flights, but you say that you can set them for hotels too.
You can now on Google Travel. They have that little toggle button just like Google Flights. You set it up so it actually will give you that notification that, hey, those prices for those hotels have dropped. So just make sure you don't book a non-refundable room rate, so then you can rebook and get a better price.
Love it.
Good tip.
Katie, as always, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're all getting on. We were in the commercial break ahead of time. We're already like planning.
We're always talking travel here. I love it.
Thank you so much. And following the news of this week's jewelry heist at the Louvre, right? So heist movies are really having a moment now. And Will Gans joins us for a special edition of Binge This. Had to get the horn in there, right? I almost forgot about the horn.
If only they had the horn at the Louvre.
It wasn't working. That's right. It's like, exactly. Get that alarm fixed. All right. What is it about these heist movies that we just can't resist?
Well, the heroes in a heist movie are usually good-ish guys fighting against a corrupt system, and all of us know what it feels like to be slighted by a bank or an insurance company. So it makes it easier for us to root for the underdog, and for the most part, heists feel like victimless crimes. We assume a casino can afford to lose a few $1 million when the thieves don't hurt anyone and they're as good looking as George Clooney, Don Cheadle, and Brad Pitt. But in fact, George Clooney had this to say about the real life heist, talking to Variety at the red carpet for Jay Kelly this week. Take a look.
I mean, yeah, cool. I mean, it's terrible, but
I mean,
if you're a professional thief like I am,
right.
I was very proud of those guys.
So why don't we start our binge list there with those A-listers in Ocean's 11. The 2001 heist comedy features an incredible cast that also includes Andy Garcia, Julia Roberts, and Matt Damon. Fresh off his parole, Danny Ocean, played by Clooney, rolls out a plan to pull off the most elaborate heist in history, targeting 3 casinos owned by the man who, I don't know, is dating his ex-wife. You can rent Ocean's 11 on Prime Video for less than $4. By the way, Clooney also said that the script for the upcoming sequel, Ocean's 14, is done, and he hopes to get filming schedules coordinated by next year.
Ocean's 11 is a classic.
Well, that's what I was just saying. It's a classic,
Yeah.
but you also have some other classics.
Yes, like classic. Let's talk about Rafifi. It's one of the earliest and is considered one of the best and most influential films of the genre. The 1955 movie is about thieves aiming to pull off a jewelry store heist in Paris and includes an epic half-hour dialogue-free heist sequence. Wow. It's like making my hands sweat just thinking about it. And all of the fallout after. You can order a copy of the movie on Amazon Prime for one-day delivery. How retro is that? Or you can check out How to Steal $1 Million, starring Audrey Hepburn, who teams up with a burglar played by Peter O'Toole to protect her father and steal a statue from a museum. She's decked out in Givenchy for most of the movie, which is fun to see. And the 1966 flick is available to stream on Amazon Prime Video for $3.79.
Wait, you said you can order a copy for delivery the next day? What is that, like Redbox?
Like a DVD?
Exactly. Like you have to get a physical copy of it. Exactly.
That is very cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so anything that kids will get into?
Okay, yes. The Great Muppet Caper, you guys, streaming now, of course, on Disney+.
Oh.
Is it as dramatic or influential as the others on our list?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe not. But the others on the list don't have Miss Piggy performing a water ballet in their movie. So there's that. The 1981 flick features Kermit and Fozzie Bear trying to stop a thief from making off with the world-famous fabulous baseball diamond. And yes, hilarity ensues, so that's streaming on Disney+.
Muppets.
I want to see Miss Piggy.
Yeah, in a water ballet. Why not in a heist movie?
Yeah. Thank you, Will.
Thank you,
And we'll
guys.
be right back. Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Major weather threat, Tropical Storm Melissa, rapidly intensifying in the Caribbean, on track to become a massive hurricane and linger over Jamaica for days with potentially life-threatening and catastrophic flooding. Our GMA team on the ground as the island nation prepares for the worst.
With a week to go before the New York City Marathon, we're lacing up and helping first-time runners, like our own Janae Norman, prep for the big day.
And we're showing you some of the most beautiful places in the world to visit.
Japan is really, really popular right now with travelers.
Which spots made the list of Nat Geo's best travel destinations?
I'm the bad guy.
And Hunter Doohan is here live.
Thought you weren't supposed to talk to me.
Talking his new movie and his hopes for Wednesday, season 3, as he says.
Good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
It is Good Morning America. Thank you, announcer voice.
Yes.
It's good to see you. Oh, we are so excited.
We are.
Hunter Doohan right here. He's talking Wednesday. He's got this incredible new movie called The Wilderness, so he's going to talk about that.
Definitely looking forward to that. Also, we have the latest on that shocking heist at the Louvre Museum. Details on the evidence collected at the scene after thieves got away with a haul of jewels this week.
So many talking about that, but we do begin with Tropical Storm Melissa gaining strength in the Caribbean. That system is expected to grow into a major hurricane this weekend. We have team coverage this morning. So let's get the latest on Melissa's track and timing from Brittany Bell of our New York station, WABC. Hey, Brittany.
Hey, Janae. So this morning, Tropical Storm Melissa very close to becoming a hurricane with max sustained winds near 70 miles per hour. This will likely rapidly intensify to a major hurricane as early as late tonight, lasting through tomorrow. Let's time it out. So this is going to be a slow mover. The outer bands impacting the Dominican Republic and Haiti throughout this afternoon and this evening, and the center of circulation taking aim at Jamaica early tomorrow, lasting over the next few days, bringing catastrophic flooding, landslides, and destructive winds. Rainfall totals could approach 1 to 2 feet. Gio?
All right, a lot to watch there. Very dangerous. Brittany, thank you so much. Now to the areas bracing for the storm and potential damages. And ABC's Ike Ajachi is right there joining us live now from Jamaica. Ike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Gio. That's right. Right here in Jamaica and across the Caribbean, folks are gearing up for what appears to be an extreme weather event. Think damaging winds, intense rain, conditions that could last all week. Now, in Haiti, 3 people have already lost their lives, and another fatality has been reported in the Dominican Republic. All of this from heavy rain that set off landslides and dangerous flash floods. Now, local emergency systems are stretched to the limit, and evacuations are already underway, with even more rain pushing in this weekend here in Jamaica. You can really start to feel the urgency here. Now, supermarkets are rushing to keep shelves stocked. Fuel stations and utilities have kicked their emergency plans into gear, and hundreds, yes, hundreds of shelters have opened up, all for anyone who needs a safe place to ride out the storm. Now, Jamaican officials are urging everyone to finish their preparations tonight, and disaster response teams are all ready to move. And they want to let you know, if you are a person who is living on the coastline or any kind of flood-prone area, right now is the time to get to safer ground. Guys, this is not a storm you want to play with.
That is right. Important information. Ike Ajachi, we appreciate it. Thank you. Now to the latest U.S. military moves in the drug war. The Trump administration dispatching an aircraft carrier to the waters off South America and staging another attack on an alleged drug boat. ABC's Christian Cordero is in Washington with the very latest. Christian, good morning.
Whit, good morning. The military buildup comes as President Trump threatens to escalate the attacks on suspected drug boats at sea to attacks on land.
This morning, thousands of U.S. troops are bound for the Caribbean, the latest escalation in President Trump's vow to combat drug smuggling. Pentagon officials say the now deployed Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group is expected to add some 5,000 Navy troops and their firepower to the region. And overnight, the president telling reporters on Air Force One that land attacks may be coming sooner than later.
We'll stop all drugs from coming in by land very shortly. You'll see that starting. You're going to see drugs stopping coming into our country.
The troop action follows 10 boat strikes that have so far killed 43 people in the waters off of Central America, according to the administration. Trump officials insist, without providing evidence, each of the boats destroyed since early September were carrying drugs headed towards the U.S., a claim the president also uses as a legal rationale.
We have legal authority, right? We're allowed to do that. And if we do by land, we may go back to Congress. But we have, this is a national security problem.
It's adding tension between Trump and at least 2 Latin American leaders. On Friday, the U.S. Treasury Department sanctioned Colombian President Gustavo Petro and his family. Petro firing back, calling the move a paradox after how Colombia has helped the U.S. combat drug smuggling for decades. And Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro has deployed civilian militia members in response to the buildup of U.S. military in the region.
Now, another Latin American leader critical of Trump's approach is Brazil's President Lula da Silva. The two have agreed to meet in the coming days at the Asia Summit. Janae?
All right. Thank you, Christian. Now to France and the latest on the evidence investigators are examining following this week's $100 million jewel heist at the Louvre. ABC's Marcus Moore joins us with those details. Good morning, Marcus.
Janae, good morning. At about this time, almost a week ago, we were right here on GMA telling you about this brazen robbery at Paris's Louvre Museum. And this morning, the manhunt is still on. But investigators have uncovered some key clues they hope will lead them to the suspects who stole $100 million worth of jewelry. Investigators are analyzing DNA and fingerprint traces recovered at the scene, as well as on items dropped as they made that daring escape on motorbikes. A source telling ABC News they've collected more than 150 samples. Detectives now also analyzing CCTV footage across Paris to retrace the suspect's steps both before and after the robbery. These thieves, who were disguised as construction workers, used a cherry picker to break into the museum right around opening time on Sunday, and then they used an angle saw and other tools to cut through the display cases and stole the valuables. This robbery took just 7 minutes, and the investigation is very much a race against time, as officials are concerned that the items could be broken down for parts and then either the gold or the precious stones then sold individually. And with such a precise theft, officials are not ruling anything out, including the possibility that these thieves could have had help from the inside. Gio.
And with every day that goes by, it's more and more likely that they may have been dismantled. Marcus, thank you for your reporting there. Turning now to sports, the Toronto Blue Jays go big for Game 1 of the World Series. Toronto dominated the LA Dodgers. Sorry, LA, pulling off an explosive 6th inning. The Blue Jays went on a 9-run frenzy, marking the highest scoring inning in the World Series in over 50 years. Toronto took Game 1, 11-4. The Dodgers will look to even things up tonight for Game 2.
All right, a lot to look forward to. Still coming up in our GMA morning menu, we are celebrating 40 years of pink, marking 4 decades of Breast Cancer Awareness Month with easy ways to power up your favorite recipes and possibly lower your cancer risk.
Also ahead, pack your bags. We're sharing some of National Geographic's picks for the best travel destinations in 2026.
And Tori Johnson is here with deals to help make your house a home. We'll be right back. Hey, Tori.
Now to our series, 40 Years of Pink, celebrating 4 decades of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and dietitian, nutritionist, and best-selling author of Spice Rack, Rachel Beller is here to show us power moves that add nutrients and flavor to our diet and may help lower the risk of cancer too, which is amazing. Good morning to you, Rachel. Thanks for being here.
So great to be here with you
Let's
guys.
start with hydrating with intention. What's your power move?
Yes, but first I do want to mention that there's no single food or diet that can help prevent or cure cancer. It's
Yes.
what we eat cumulatively over time that supports our wellness.
Important to know.
Yes, very important. So yes, my first power move is this matcha 2.0. So we take our matcha, which is so good for us. It's rich in EGCG, a very powerful antioxidant. But then we add spice synergy to it to elevate it. And this combination that I have here, I refer to as my golden breakfast blend. But it basically has pure raw cacao, turmeric, and Ceylon cinnamon.
It's so good. It's
yes,
so good.
yes.
She has been raving about your spices.
Yeah.
So you add that to your soy milk, and soy milk is high in protein, which is great. And there you have it, Spice Synergy. You've upgraded your matcha. Now, if you want to convert this into a breakfast, very quick and easy, you just add a fiber booster, like 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. That'll get you about 10 grams of fiber. And you can also add an almond protein, and you just put it in one of these, shake it up,
and there
you're good to go. You can put it in the fridge overnight, but you're good to go.
Great. Well, all of this smells delicious, and I've been looking at these cookies over here because you say one of the goals is to have 10 before 10, and you can do it with these cookies,
yes,
right?
So 10 grams of fiber before 10 a.m. I recommend 30 to 35 grams per day, and you need to start your day with about a third of it.
This is so good.
It's great.
Really good.
I travel with these. These are fantastic, and all it has is oats for beta-glucans, which is a very important prebiotic fiber. Then I added applesauce for sweetness without added sugar. We've got almond protein powder, single ingredient, just kind of goes in there, and a fiber booster like chia seeds. And then I added this Cinepil Spicer by Bella Nutrition. I want you guys to smell this.
It's so good.
The other
It's one of my
hand.
favorites.
And that
Wow.
has Ceylon cinnamon, granulated orange peel, and a smidge of ginger. And these ingredients
So
work
good.
synergistically, spice synergy, and they really
And we
are
got
great.
protein in this little cookie
Yeah,
too?
10 grams in about 2 of these cookies, 10
Really?
grams of fiber as well. And you've got the spice synergy in there. It's great.
I love it.
Yeah,
Spicing
and that,
it up.
Beautiful.
you can get this at bellanutrition.com, or you can make your own, whatever you want to do, but it's very powerful.
Oh, I
Okay.
love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now you have a simple way to upgrade sort of everyday meals, right?
Everyday meals. You can upgrade your takeout. You can upgrade things that you're buying at the store. Very important, because spice synergy is basically sprinkling on the goodness. You're upgrading. So tahini is very good for us. It's the second highest source of lignans, which is a phytoestrogen that you typically hear about in flaxseed. Sesame seeds, tahini is the second highest source, really important for us. And I've upgraded it with a Vegitude Power Blend, that's what we refer to it, but it is granulated garlic, onion, turmeric, black pepper, and parsley. It's an all-purpose, it goes right in, and it's easy. Marinara sauce, add Italian spices in there. It gives it an upgrade. We don't think about these things.
Yes, right.
Bring it home, upgrade it, and then even your nut butters, you can add the Cinepil Spicer in there, and you've got an upgraded. Everything's been upgraded. It tastes delicious.
I like it.
Success.
Level up.
You are the spice queen.
I know, yeah, for sure.
When it's good, it's
And
good. When
it's
it's good,
delicious,
it's good.
too.
Yes, so great. Thank you so much.
Ooh, I want to take those cookies on
I
my
know,
next
right?
adventure.
It's tough to walk away.
And if you're looking for your next adventure, National Geographic has some Instagram-ready destinations for you. They are all on its annual list of the best places in the world to travel to. Take a look at this. From a surfer's paradise to snow-capped mountains to the American nostalgia road trip, National Geographic revealing their list of the 25 best places to travel to in 2026. If you're looking for a splurge,
Japan is really, really popular right now with travelers.
Yamagata Prefecture, north of Tokyo, tops the list for its otherworldly outdoor experiences.
One of the most photogenic places that you could possibly go. If you like an Instagrammable vacation, this is it.
From the hot springs of Ginzan Onsen to the slopes of Mount Zhao.
It's home to these incredible things that they call the snow monsters. They're natural formations created from snow and ice that the wind whips up, and they're really incredible looking, fantastical, twisted shapes.
And for fun in the sun, go south to the spectacular beaches of Oaxaca in Mexico.
Beautiful beaches that aren't busy, something that we think makes it worth being on people's radar.
As famous for their great waves as their food.
You've got great food, really nice mix of food experiences, but very high quality, very fresh.
And for a trip closer to home, the Great American Road Trip with a permanent place in pop culture.
We couldn't do Best of the World 2026 without making a nod to the 100th anniversary of Route 66.
They recommend cruising the 400-mile stretch across Oklahoma full of iconic Americana.
There are going to be affordable places to stay along the route, affordable places to eat and drink. There's a lot of accessible, fun things to do that don't cost anything at all. It's a great choice for someone who might want to take a trip that would be special and memorable, but not cost that much.
You were looking at the Oaxaca.
I know, trying to figure out how to get to Oaxaca, Mexico.
Yeah, and to see more of Nat Geo's Best of the World 2026 list, head over to natgeo.com. And Whit, over to you.
All right, thank you guys. Time now for Deals and Steals. And this morning, Tori Johnson has products for your home, all from small businesses. And we're starting here because my family is obsessed with these.
Borosilicate glass?
Yes.
Yeah. So what's amazing about this is it allows you to easily eliminate plastic at home. So whether you are preparing foods, storing foods, freezing them, no matter what you're doing, to be able to do it in glass helps you to prevent those microplastics from potentially getting into your food. These go great also because they're so pretty and easy to look at. Great from either taking a lunch to serving on the table, going into the dishwasher, except for the lids. And then we also have the double-walled glass mugs that are great to enjoy your extra warm or cold beverage in the morning.
Double-walled?
Yes, double-walled, which helps it to stay hotter or colder longer.
So you don't burn your hand?
Yes, and so that you can enjoy your beverage.
I love that.
All of these sets from Joy Jolt are 50 to 60%
Wonderful.
off.
This
yeah,
stuff's
and
great.
really beautiful.
Okay.
All right, how about a little pasta?
Yes,
but pasta
absolutely.
done a little bit better. This is 3 Farm Daughters. We like to say from farm to fork. And so in this
That's what I'm
particular
talking about.
case, it is created with a naturally high fiber wheat that is grown on a family farm in North Dakota.
Oh.
3 sisters are running that operation. And what's great about this is that you get more fiber and protein, but fewer calories than traditional pasta. And it's also gut-friendly, easier to digest. Really delicious varieties. They've created 4 and 8 packs for us, all 50% off.
Ooh, 50%
Yeah,
off. Holy
exactly.
macaroni.
There you go.
All right.
All right, then to store that pasta
Yeah.
and all kinds of other things at home, we've got all of these storage solutions. So from kitchen to bedroom, what I love about this is that this allows
Yes.
you to
Oh, I
slide
need
out,
that.
right? So sometimes when your cabinets are really deep, you've got to like get
Totally.
down and like scrouch, crunch in the back to find stuff. So this allows you to just pull it out for ease of access. We also have great spice racks and then a big variety to expand your closet space. We even have the really great hangers and garbage cans. Just if you need a little upgrade on space, Holden Storage has really good options, all at half price, starting at $10.
My pantry is a nightmare. I need this.
That would be good.
I'm on it. Okay.
You got it.
What do we got over
okay.
here?
So this is a flame-free alternative to scent. I think we've got a little mulled cider here. But if you feel like you need to get away, tropical citrus is a great scent. So this allows you to add scent at home without having a flame. Really great for people with kids, pets, or if you think that you might forget to be able to put the flame out. We have both the warmers as well as the soy wax melts. And then what I love about these, it's a little silicone dish where it will pop out easily if you want to change flavors.
Yes.
So sometimes, you know, I'm in the mood for one scent, but then I want to change to something else. Everything from Happy Wax is slashed in half.
Good for the office, too.
Yes.
You don't want to have like an open
Where you
flame.
can't have a candle. Exactly. Blissy, we know and love 100% mulberry silk.
Ooh,
Yep, great, nice. That's how you get that beautiful hair, is, you know, from that. Another brand new option from them, from that same mulberry silk, these are their bonnets. So great for protecting your hair while sleeping. Feel how soft that is.
My daughters are all about these.
Yeah, they're so
bonnets
smart.
These days.
They really protect your hair so you don't wake up with bedhead, and also to prevent from frizz and breakage. Really beautiful. We've got a gorgeous assortment of colors, all 50% off, plus free shipping.
Free
from
shipping.
Blissy,
We
which
love that.
Love. And then finally, from Softies, feel how soft.
Wow.
This is their Dream Tech fabric.
Ooh, it is a dream.
I feel like for like jet-setting Janae, or even if she's lounging at home, these sets are fabulous. It's a great hoodie and then joggers. We've got all these beautiful neutral colors. The sets are 50% off, but the softness is priceless.
next level.
It's so good.
It's big time.
So good.
Tori, you're the best.
Thank
Always
you.
appreciate you. We've partnered with all of these companies. You can get the great products. You can actually scan the QR code there and go to gmadeals.com. And we will be right back.
Ooh, we are back now on GMA, and that there is Demi Lovato making her return to pop with her new album, It's Not That Deep, and a new music video for her lead single, Let You Go. Demi sharing that this album was created with so much love, and she's glad her fans can now enjoy it as much as she does. It's Not That Deep is streaming everywhere now.
What a voice.
It soars, right? Her
Beautiful,
voice is
beautiful,
incredible.
beautiful. Congratulations to her. All right, let's take a look at some of the stories we're following here on the Saturday morning. A fraternity, Alpha Sigma Phi, has been pulled from Rutgers University after a student was critically injured during an alleged hazing incident. This comes days after a 19-year-old student was found unresponsive inside the frat house in New Jersey. In a statement, the fraternity's national president said all members involved would be permanently expelled.
The government shutdown now in its 25th day as Republican and Democratic lawmakers remain locked in a stalemate over a funding bill. This week, more than 500,000 federal workers missed their first full paycheck. Meanwhile, the Pentagon confirmed that a private donor has given $130 million to help pay troops amid the shutdown.
The Mega Millions prize surges again after another night without a winner. The jackpot jumped to $714 million. And if you're keeping track here, that's 30 34 rounds where no one picked all the winning numbers. So it just keeps on going.
All I care about is the one round where we win.
That's right. You know,
right?
You can't win if you don't play. You'll have another shot at a fortune in Tuesday night's drawing. Your odds of winning the jackpot, 1 in 290 million. Never tell me the odds, though.
Never.
Han Solo once said.
Can't win if
Yeah.
you don't play.
That's right.
All right, now to our countdown to race day. Next Sunday, I'm going to lace up my sneakers to run my first marathon.
Yeah, you are.
Along
Stormin'
with
Norman.
50,000 other runners here in New York City. Fitness journalist and run coach Sierra Lucas, who just finished her 8th marathon, is here with some advice for first-time runners like myself. 8 marathons. That is unbelievable.
Thank you
Congratulations.
So much. And you're about to do your first. I'm so
excited.
excited. For you.
Thank you. So let's start with your #1 tip for first-time marathoners
Yes.
like myself.
First-time marathon is such a huge feat, so I don't want you to worry about your pacing or your timing.
Okay.
The biggest win is crossing the finish line.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yes, so just stay focused on the mile that you're in, celebrate every step, and be proud of yourself for even getting there and earn that medal.
Oh, I love that. Celebrate every step. That's a really good thing that you should be thinking each
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
let's talk about my favorite topic, carbs.
Of the food. How did I know, Gio?
Right? Carb loading. When should runners be carb loading?
Yeah, so a lot of runners will think that it should be like just the night before of kind of gorging yourself with carbs, but really this should be a gradual process. Think 2 to 3 days of increasing your carbohydrates and your hydration. Simple foods, think pasta, bread, rice, potatoes, foods that your body already knows and loves, can easily digest. And then the night before the race, Saturday night, okay? Think simple. This is not a time for a new recipe, nothing spicy.
Yeah, no surprises.
Nothing high in fiber. We want to avoid any kind of stomach issues.
Yeah.
And it's really all about loading up the muscles, loading up those energy storages in our body so you have fuel to tap into throughout the whole race because our body's a machine.
Yes.
You're about to really put it through the ringer, 26.2 miles, right?
And some of the good carbs, too. I think some of us think carbo loading, it's like, you know, we're just
Donuts, pizza, you know, all the exactly.
Simple.
Simple. Keep
you know,
it
a bunch of miles
simple.
tomorrow. It'll be great. All right, so this is what we were actually talking about right before we came on here
Right.
because Janae's had some knee pain.
Yeah.
She's been doing things. I've got osteoarthritis issues and stuff like that. So if you have joint pain, how do you work through that for a big race like this?
Right. It's no secret that running is a high-impact
Yep.
sport. It's pretty hard on the knees. So really that comes to pre-rehab where we're doing single-leg exercises. We're making sure the joints and the tendons in our knees are really strong to handle that kind of volume. Since we're just about a week away from the
we're
race.
past that point of rehab.
Now, listen, it's all about rest and recovery. Be easy on yourself. Your training's over. You're not going to get any more fit.
Yeah.
So don't try to compensate or do anything that
Well,
would
you don't know
involve-
Janae. She can guess.
She's like, I got 1 week.
I get
You got 1 week.
because I'm that person too. But at this point, it's give your body the rest that it so desperately needs, and it will reward you come race day.
Okay, so turning to preparing psychologically, because so much of running is mental. My longest run has been 20 miles, 20.2, as is the case with many marathon training programs.
Right.
So how can one be confident to do the whole 26.2, that extra 6?
6.2.
Yeah, 6.2.
Yes, you can't forget the point two. A lot of training plans do peak at 20 miles, and that is on purpose because we really don't need to risk injuring ourselves, burning out. There's more risk than there is reward. You will be surprised how much adrenaline carries you on race day. That last 10K, 6.2 miles, is all about the heart and really tapping into your own motivation and your why. That is going to get you through Central Park.
This is so spiritual.
Yeah, well, and so my why, I've shared this with you guys before. I had a full hip replacement back in 2013, and I never thought really that I'd probably be able to run again. So once I did the half marathon in Philly a couple weeks ago, that's when I really was ready to face my fears and just commit to the whole thing.
that.
So that's what I'm going to have
Comeback
pushing
player
me.
of the decade.
It's all about
Janae
mental
Norman.
fortitude.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
And we're going to be cheering you on from the studio, watching as you do this. But crowd energy really pumps people up.
Yeah.
But you say don't overdo it too early.
Yes, we know that New York is the most iconic place and race for a marathon. It's easy to get swept up in the energy. I need you to remember to stay steady and composed. Yeah. When you see your colleagues, your family, your friends, your heart rate is going to spike.
You really do.
You're going to feel your breath quicken because you're so excited. Don't let that energy drain from your body because you've got a long way to go. So just tap back into yourself. Be mindful of steady breathing and being really composed and like the calm inside of the storm so you still have energy once you get to Central Park.
Really composed. My race singlet with my name on it came this week. I'm going to be a crying mess during this thing. So
yeah,
thank you
cry
so much.
every race that I
do. You do? Okay, so it's a normal
every
thing.
Single time.
It is so great to have you here, and thank you so much. We appreciate it. You can cheer on Janae with us too.
I absolutely will. I'll get your bib number.
That's right.
Now on GMA with our next guest, currently starring in Wednesday on Netflix, and his new movie, The Wilderness. It's in theaters nationwide. Hunter Doohan, the Hyde himself. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh gosh, so we're going to talk about Wednesday in just a moment here, but let's talk about this movie because The Wilderness, it is intense. It is based on a true story.
Yeah, so it's based off our writer-director Spencer King's true story. As a teenager, he was ripped out of bed in the middle of the night, blindfolded, driven out to the Utah desert, and put in this wilderness therapy program. And it's just one of the kind of programs that fall under like the troubled teen industry. And so it's based off his experience in that.
Wow. Yeah. And these programs have been getting a lot of attention. There's been a lot of debate about this, and I understand that this film had something personal in it for you as well, a personal tie.
Yeah, Spencer and I really connected because he lost his father early, and I lost my dad a few years ago as well. And that's what the character is kind of going through. That's where a lot of his, trauma he's dealing with and how he kind of falls into addiction before being sent out to this program.
How difficult is that to tap into that part of you as you're carrying out this role in this character?
It was honestly really nice. I'd never gotten to kind of explore that so specifically with the character before. It was kind of healing just to be able to talk with Spencer about it and then explore it on camera. It's obviously a very different dynamic than what I had with my dad in real life, but it was special.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that with us. Let's take a look at a clip.
You're Ed, right? Thought you weren't supposed to talk to me. I'm Miles. How long you been here? Too long. You wanna know?
What was the filming experience like?
It was amazing. We were out in the Utah desert for like 4 weeks. We had a great time. I got to reconnect with Lamar Johnson from that clip. We were on that show, Your Honor, together. And we just have a great cast finding out. We had a really good time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing. Okay, so we can't wait to watch that movie.
Thank you so much.
Separately, though, we could also watch you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
The Hyde, Tyler. A lot of people want Tyler and Wednesday to get together. What do you want?
I mean, who doesn't want to be with Jen Ortega? I mean, no, I don't know. I don't know what's in store for season 3. We're going back soon. I kind of love how into it people get, though. So I'm here for the people that ship them and for the people that come after me. And
you don't even know what's in it yet?
No, I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I know the fans had to wait a little while between seasons 1 and 2. What about for the next one?
We're going into it a little bit sooner. We're about to start. Yeah. So hopefully it won't be 3 years.
Worth the wait, though.
Absolutely.
Worth the wait. Thank you so much, Hunter.
Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Yes, thank you for coming in. And The Wilderness is in theaters nationwide, and of course, Wednesday is streaming now on Netflix. Okay, coming up, when you think Flair, you think Will Gans.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
Amen.
He's back with ABC Secret Savings, and we'll put some fall flair into your look and more, and even the smells of your home.
Smell that?
It smells good. It's all at great prices. It's coming up. And we are back now with ABC Secret Savings. Will Gans is back with products that will add some fall flair to your style. Everything here, of course, is shoppable. Use that QR code right there at the corner of your screen.
Did somebody say flair? That's what I'm here for. Let's start with Malibu Sky. These are crossbody bags that will help you go hands-free in style. Please Help yourself. We have lots of colors that will match any outfit. These are fabulous. They have a front pocket, tassel pulls, an interior pocket, which I love as well. The top zipped dome crossbody shape. Yes, that matches pretty perfectly. Yeah, exactly. You can choose from 8 colors, and today you'll save 57% from Malibu Sky.
Shows you how much I know. I was trying to grab the pink for her. She's like, no, not that
Great,
one.
please.
Okay, what are these?
Yeah, a little bit of bling for you. Coco's beads.
We were just talking about some of these for you. Yeah.
So what's great about these is you can mix and match and layer to suit whatever look you're going for. They're made for stacking. They're gold-filled beaded bracelets. We've got these cute accents as well. You can also get a little bit of personalization going on with the name style, which I think is really nice. Today, you can build your stack and save 40% from Coco's.
Kind of like the Taylor Swift, like
it is. But it's like
elevated.
Yes, yes. Okay, I'm obsessed with this, guys. The countdown to Christmas is officially on. This is an advent calendar, which I love, and every day we'll have a different product in here from Sabon, which is so cute. We've got products that will nourish the soul, nourish the body.
So good. Patchouli, lavender, vanilla.
Ooh.
So good.
Foaming shower oils. Really good. Everything is, the scents are fabulous. We also have the fabric spray that I was demonstrating a little bit earlier. Body scrubs, milks, creams, and more. Everything with exclusive savings today from Sabon.
What great gifts. These are really great
I'm
gifts.
obsessed with advent calendars. Every single day a different treat for yourself. Come on. Speaking of treating yourself, yes, this is Buzzy. These are reusable alternatives. I use this as a gym bag. So what's fabulous about this is that it packs up to this size. So you can keep it in your purse or in your car.
Put in a bigger bag.
Yeah, exactly. And that way if you are going shopping.
Never are without a bag at the grocery store.
Exactly, which I love.
Brilliant.
They're collapsible, compact. These are the travel duffels, which are so great. Zips down to 1/10 of its expanded size. Fun colors, fun patterns. You'll save 50% from the Eco Collection from Buzzy.
Okay, and we got boots.
Yes, for someone who spends a lot of time covering the weather and looking fabulous while she does it, this is Roma boots, which are Chelsea rain boot styles. Lots of fun colors.
These are adorable.
They're so cute, right? You can look at the rubber outsole here, all natural, waterproof, and then on the inside we have the quick dry knitted cotton lining, which means you're going to stay dry and warm. Which
they're not too bulky.
Yes,
no,
exactly.
But really, but sturdy as well. Like it's really well constructed.
Perfect for running errands, heading to work, heading to wherever you might be going, and they're comfy too, and they're cute, which is probably most important. And today you'll save 50% off, and you'll get free shipping.
All right. Well, we've partnered with these companies on these huge savings. You can get them by scanning that QR code right under Brittany. And also make sure to check out ABC Secret Savings for even more great bargains every day at lunchtime on ABC News Live. That starts on Monday on ABC News Live.
Thank you so much for starting your day with us, everybody.
Yes, you can get more weekend news coverage over on ABC News Live. It's been a good morning.
It has.
Thank you guys for joining us.
We're just a mess.
We're getting you all hyped up for that marathon.
Right. Next week.
Janae.
Have a great day, everybody.